Hello guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. It's great to have you. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I am Nicole. So this is going to be a reading for the sign of Cancer for January. We are almost mid-month already. Holy moly, it's flying by, right? So Cancer, this is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watchers. If that's you, welcome as well. Discern the messages accordingly. Don't force something to fit that does not. What else? Oh, if you guys are interested in private readings, remember that this reading is not a one-to-one reading. Can't talk today. Still, Mercury's still messing with me. Then please feel free to take a look at the description box below and the about section of the page. You'll find an email there. You can reach out to me and we can get you scheduled for a one-on-one. So with that, I think that's about it. I do have an announcement to make, and I will do that on a separate video for everybody. But keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping, I wanted to get it out yesterday, but the day got away from me. But hopefully here within a day or so, that'll come out. So keep an eye out for that, and as well as there will be a separate separate posting with a link as well. If you've not subscribed to the page, please do so. It's super helpful. It helps get the channel out there, which is great, making sure the messages get to those who need to hear it as well. So click the notification bell. You'll get notifications every time a new video is posted. So, all right, I think that's about it for the chit chat, right? Hope you guys are doing well and fantastic. Cancer, Happy New Year. I hope your holidays were well. Hope you're off to a good start. So let's see what's going on. Cancer. Are we learning to do things in a more productive way? I like it. Stay out of your headspace. Spirit is already saying, like, stay out of your headspace. Don't overthink processes. Water signs, we tend to overthink things, right? So be aware of that as well. For Cancer, please, for the collective of Cancer. Symphony. So this card is moderation, but Spirit is saying symphony. So let's see how that ties in here. I do feel like you've put it's almost like you've cleared the slate. It's like whatever was yucky or mucky in the past, it's kind of like, it's almost as if you've muted it out, you've tuned it out. You're finding like song, I'm going to go with the symphony as like a song within you is kind of how this feels. It's like, you know, marching to the beat of your own drum kind of feel, like everything from in the past, it's like, I'm not, you know, I'm just not interested in it anymore. So yeah, moderation, discernment. I think you're recognizing too how people play a role in your life is how this is coming through from Spirit. They play a role. You're beginning to understand that there are things that you're going to have to cut out or people that you're going to have to cut off. I feel like you're very much in your own space of energy at this time, which I think is a beautiful thing. Sometimes we need to kind of like reprieve, take a time out, recognizing that there's beauty in everything else besides just the things that we think are supposed to be beautiful, if that makes sense. But it's like all of a sudden there's a very much like what I call a peace, a time out, learning that you cannot do everything in a day, learning to slow down, and just kind of be in a state that allows you to not feel so overwhelmed. So anything else for Cancer from this deck, please, Spirit? Nope, they're saying that's it. Okay. Oh, excuse me, goodness. Too much coffee already today. All right, so yeah, it's like you're slowing down to kind of pause and reflect, slowing down to kind of take in the world around you right now. For some of you, maybe finding content and peace at home. For others of you, you're kind of, it's like you're looking out into the world to see what else is out there as well, and deciding what path is best for you at this time. All right, for Cancer, please. Make sure you don't become too, what's the word? I guess caught up. Don't get too caught up in being so by yourself that you forget that the world around you exists also, because you're going to need to moderate that as well. Like, it's like you've gone from maybe being overly social and dealing with multiple things to shutting down essentially in some way. And I think, shutting down at times is something that we need. We need to kind of go back and pull ourselves together and take a moment and pause, but make sure you're not leaning into one or the other too much. Belonging. Yeah, some of you, I just said about staying at home, that kind of thing as much as possible. For some of you, if you're a mother or father, it's your house may be full at this time for some reason. Everybody may be home. A lot of it's quiet, but yet there's a lot of activity going on in the home. Don't know why that's a thing. Some of you may be even having people stay with you right now. You may have taken somebody in or something to that effect. Because there's been for some of you, I think there's been some significant, good Lord, significant change, but it's also one that feels good. So, it's interesting. It's very interesting energy that comes with that. You may be struggling to, you may be feeling a little, how do I put this? I feel like you've placed yourself in that box again. You may feel it, but it's also like you're stepping into a space that allows you to retreat, so that you're able to like renew what it is within you that keeps you going. Would be, I think, the way to handle that. You may be coming across some personal truths as well as how to handle certain things. I think you may be working towards working with others at this time too, in due time, even though you're in like this rest and reprieve kind of mode. It's almost like there's something coming up for some of you that is going to require a lot of honest effort, is how this is being stated to me. Honest effort as it comes in. So it's kind of like you're taking this time out right now to reflect, decide how you want to move forward with different things, realizing a lot of the strengths that you carry with you, how strong you are, how much you've maybe endured over the past year. You may be reflecting on the past year, but yet tuning it out and going, I've learned from this, I've discerned from this, I'm aware, I'm seeing the beauty in the world around me right now, and for, with that, it's allowing you to recognize certain parts of yourself maybe that you didn't realize before. So I don't know, Cancer, the energy from your reading feels very calm and very very peaceful to me. I like that for you guys. That's awesome. Us water signs. I'm a Scorpio. I don't have any Cancer in my chart, but I know last year with water signs, Jesus, every time we turned around it was something else. So hopefully this year is going to prove to be a bit different. So, all right, Spirit for Cancer. You may be, for some of you, like I said, cutting things out, cutting people out, stuff like that as well. So for me, for you all, it's like you're just becoming much more firm in the foundations that you're building as well. You may recognize that, the old way of doing things just was not working. And we all go through that, right? We recognize that we're hitting brick walls and it's time for a change. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Hierophant. All right. Let's go there. I feel like you're coming out of space of restriction. For some of you, you've got the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Fool. I think you had to make a very stiff judgment call. For some of you, this may be not representing. Oh, Mercury retrograde has got me all jacked up still. Good God. Okay. Anywho, it's as if how do I explain this to you? It came in, went out, and then I couldn't talk to get it out. So, you know, I feel like in the past for you guys, it was as if you were trying to open yourselves up emotionally to new values, to new ways of doing things, right? And it may have put you in a bit of a headspace of how this was going to happen. I want to say too, and I don't know why this is coming through this way, be cautious of the decisions that you've had to make or the people you've had to make those decisions with, not the fact that you made the decision. Cat is driving me crazy this morning, so if you hear him flipping out in the background, my apologies. You've made, I want to say, pretty sound decisions. Make sure that when you're making these decisions, though, that they're not straight emotionally based decisions, because sometimes you're going to have to use a little bit of logic. And I think that at some point you may have had somebody around you or a situation around you you may have put some effort into that kind of had you up in your headspace for a while, recognizing, and I'm hearing Spirit say, don't go back to it. Because it didn't work. Like, you were building to it was like every effort that you made to build something, it wasn't coming to fruition. So at that point, it's like, that fool, he's starts off, he's learning a new way. Spirit is also saying learning a new trade. So for some of you, this may be work related as well, where you're investing yourself into something that you haven't done before, or revitalizing skills or learning new skills and what it is that you already do. He's not aware of what is out there beyond him, but he's willing to step into it. He's willing to take that risk. Make sure you're not taking risk into things that are not serving, that you're not able to build on to get to a state of completion in due time. Lean on your friends. Spirit is also saying lean on your friends. So some of your friends may have an outside perspective as to what it is that you've dealt with and moved away from or moving through at this time. I say that and the Six of Cups comes out. Hierophant. Like, I almost feel like for some of you, you may be leaning into some friends and family that are offering you assistance in making decisions that, saying, not that you have to do things the same way that everybody else does, but in the same time, taking bits and pieces from them can be beneficial to you. The one thing I've always done is if I wasn't sure about a situation, I would listen to the opinions of the friends or the family around me that I trusted the most. And then knowing, what felt right to me, would take those decisions or those opinions or thoughts, because maybe they've seen something from a different perspective that I couldn't see from being in a situation. That way I'm able to discern, maybe they had an idea or a thought that made sense, and I was able to piece together what specifically worked for me, not them, but what worked for me, and this Two of Pentacles is saying, trying to figure that out, trying to find that balance, right? So for some of you, this may, leaning into that support, maybe you've gotten some advice, you're not sure what to do with that advice, but give it time. Yeah, Temperance. I do feel like, you have a lot about moderation. Make sure you're not drinking and indulging into toxic things. I don't think that you are. But make sure that that's not a thing either, depending on strength in reverse. I feel like for some of you too, it's kind of like, I don't know if I have the stability within me to do this again. And you absolutely do. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Remember, those are potential, they're new beginnings, but they're potentials, right? It's got the potential to be something far beyond what you had imagined. Again, if you've got somebody coming back around that you've had to kind of shut down, don't, I wouldn't play with that energy too much, because it's like, it's almost like this idea of better. There's no balance in it. There's a lot of, I don't want to say darker energy per se, but just some energy there that's just, it doesn't really serve a purpose at the end of the day. So you've got cards of Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. I can't think. Oh my goodness. But I feel like you're getting to a much more stable place. Don't hang on to the past. I also feel like for some of you, you may be hanging on to the past, not allowing that wheel to spin, thinking that, ways of doing things before, maybe they'll come to a fruition moving forward. And I don't think that's going to be the case. You're going to have to move into a new a newer version of yourself. And I think for a lot of you, you are. For some of you, it's kind of like you're teetering with that Two of Pentacles on how you're going to go about doing that. But I feel like it's important for you to not just make emotional decisions at this time. So be aware of that. For some of you too, on a relationship note, you may be dealing with somebody from, I'm going to call it a past soul connection. I don't think that this is something in this physical realm right now that this person may be here now in this physical 3D world, right? So, but this is something that resonates with the soul from the past. And with that, you have to decide, you know, is it going to balance out the karma that the two of you have been brought together to hash out at the end of the day, right? So be aware of how that's working. I think that you have a recognition to the fact of there's no mental clarity. You're getting mental clarity around the fact that there's no balance of emotional aspects in this. Recognizing that you need to take a new approach, a new direction, stepping into something beyond what it is that you've dealt with. For others of you, too, I won't call it a struggle. It's kind of like a space of nothingness would be the best way to state that to you all. It's like the state of nothingness, where it's just like, I don't like the way this feels, so I'm going to move into something new and find a different direction. And again, you're discerning, your soul is trying to discern what does make you feel good and what other things just don't. So, you know, pay attention to that as well. Okay, so let's grab another deck here. Let's do some clarification. You've got the Son of Swords. All right, so Page of Swords. Some communication may be coming in. It may be coming in pretty heavily. You may have been dealing with some words that weren't so pleasant. They may be directed towards you. Again, if this is a love situation, you're dealing with somebody from the past or somebody that's kind of, you know, hanging out in the shadows. You know, the wording may not be so, what is the word? I don't know. It's just, it doesn't come across in a very healthy manner at the end of the day, right? Okay. Hierophant. For some of you, you may be dealing with aspects of the law. There's that honesty, and here's that truth of the Ace of Swords again with the Hierophant. If this is a legal situation, whatever this is coming to an end. I don't feel that this is very, how do I say this? I don't think that it's made a strong impact in your life, but it's also allowed for an understanding of maybe somebody that you're dealing with. The truth always comes out. So if you're out there doing dirty deeds and you're out there doing things that don't aid anybody, you're making, listen, yeah, you got the Temperance, the Death, Cancer, there you are, the Chariot, and the Ten of Wands. You are bringing an end to anything that was burdensome in regards to this situation. The clarity and the truth that you're getting, the clarity and truth that may be being spoken in a legal situation is going to bring an end to the situations that are surrounding you at this time. So don't, I want to say this is a very basic and simple reading. The Moon, Cancer energy, again, 8 of Cups in reverse. Emotionally walking away from the things that are not serving you, right? You may understand that there was illusionary energy and you knew better. You knew better. There's the High Priestess. Higher knowing, higher knowledge, Justice, card of Libra, balancing things out. 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Whatever this was that you're moving out of, that has allowed you to step into a different space is definitely creating a new space of new beginnings for you. You've got the Magician, Aries, and then you've got the 3 of Cups also. Again, I'm telling you, you're going to start working with other people. This period of rest that you're on is a temporary thing, and you're going to find maybe new partnerships in work, new partnerships just in your friends, or reuniting with friends. Celebrating a freedom is how it comes through. Celebrating a time of betterment for yourself, betterment and stronger, strengthening relationships with the ones that you already have relationships with. It's going to change the trajectory, I think, of how 2023 is going to go for you. So you've got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the 3 of Cups, the Magician, with the High Priestess there too, with Queen of Pentacles. You are becoming more stable. You are becoming more grounded. You are becoming more nurturing. You are seen, they're saying lavish. You are being seen as lavish. And you may find this through other opportunities of working with other people. So, let that do what it needs to for you. But there's cause for celebration. There's cause to be supported. There's a reason you're going to be supporting. You may be working with others and supporting them at this time as well. That Ace of Wands, that new potential, you got the Eight of Pentacles. These are too many. I'm going to put these guys back in there, but all major arcanas. But you're taking action. You're coming out of that Eight of Pentacles in reverse to the Eight of Pentacles in the upright with that Ace of Wands. So as you're taking inspired action and moving forward, you are finally able, once you're out of this past situation, to start building and truly learning a new way of doing things. You are learning, you are strategizing, you are planning. You went from the 8 in reverse to the 8 in the upright. Massive movement to me, moving forward. The only thing we're missing here, I think, is like the Ace of Pentacles. But that the Eight of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands tells me that there's something new on the horizon. So you are working towards something. You're rebuilding, revising plans. And that's maybe what that Mercury retrograde period was for you. It was time to revise what it is you had been working on for so long. So we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse, which you've got up there. And then the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Six of Cups. Again, if you were dealing, and then you've got that Queen of Pentacles again. Somebody around you may have seen you as one of giving, constantly nurturing, constantly doing, maybe working off of your opportunities, we'll call it. I think, again, recognition to that simple fact that you're not being blindfolded to what it was that was going on in this particular situation with this person that you have that prior soul connection with. It's not serving of you. You may have come in with a presentation of emotion. They are not. And you're very clear about that. It was kind of like they put you in this illusionary energy for just a minute. It didn't seem like it lasted very long, but now there's clarity. You're no longer feeling stuck and trapped by this because you recognize, I'm going to call it the motives that were behind a situation. And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be this massive breakup or anything crazy. When you're just paying attention to the people that you're around and the people that you're dealing with, you start to recognize whether or not they had a true purpose in your life, in the sense that they were going to provide something positive, or were they there for their own gain? So, think about the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, with that Mother of Pentacles again. As you're trying to find a way to balance things out that may be causing some confusion for you right now as well, you will figure it out. I don't feel like it's bad. It's going to take some time to get there, but it's like, I think you're trying to figure out what makes you the most happy, where your passions, creative endeavors lie, what's going to make you feel the best. And for some of you, this may be a matter of finances as well, going, if I want to do these things, how am I going to financially afford to do certain things? And remember that Spirit is always guiding us and always helping us. And if you put those manifestations out, you're the magician, right? You're putting those manifestations out there. You're talking it, through the good, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to have this. It's already mine. Like, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, universe. Living in a state of gratitude. It will balance itself out. You're not going to have to worry about what's to come if you just let things take their course and you're staying in a positive vibrational energy. The Sun. I almost feel like there's worry. The Sun in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, and the Two of Cups. So for some of you may be afraid that you're going to have to face certain challenges alone. I don't think you're going to have to. I really don't think that that's going to be what happens here. I think that maybe scars from the past. For some of you, this was definitely a relationship situation. You got the Father of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups. So for some of you, it was just like, I'm going to call it a big disappointment, a big letdown type of energy, or for some of you, you may be dealing with a father figure in your life as well that has let you down and has left you feeling empty and drained. For some of you, Spirit's also saying somebody tried to take something away from you. If it's materialism, like, let it go. Like, you know what? It's not worth the argument. It's not worth fighting over. And I feel like that took a hit. You may have taken a hit to the confidence in regards to that. Strength in reverse and the Empress with the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to, as the Empress, you're going to have to step into your power again. You're going to have to realize, you know, that you are the divine feminine, what, male or female, we all have both in, you know, within us. That you're going to have to be courageous. She is courageous. I feel like you might feel from time to time that you're lacking the courage and the strength to move forward. But you have these new beginnings. I mean, Jesus, you've got 3 aces out of 4 of them. Like, you know, you are moving into something new, but it's finding the confidence. So whatever it was that you may have dealt with may have, you know, hit you a little close to home, may have done a little bit of damage per se, but you're going to rebuild. You're going to rebuild whatever this is for you. And I want to say, Spirit's specifically pointing out to me that for some of you, these are minor details to a bigger picture for you. They're like little lessons that Spirit has come in, the divine, whatever, is coming in and given to you. They're like mini lessons and saying, okay, you dealt with these bigger things last year. Now you're into this year. You're learning these little things moving forward. So make sure that you're utilizing this time to embrace what it is that you have learned for these new beginnings. I think if you step into your power this year, there's a whole lot of opportunity that's going to present itself to you. So, and, you know, work well with others to do it, you know, find different ways of doing things. And like, again, it's like, you're learning to cut out the chatter that surrounds you, which is nice. So keep doing that. Keep moving forward. 7 of Cups in the World. Yeah, as this cycle stops that you've been in, for some of you, I think it already has stopped. Trust, because there's a little bit of illusionary energy and maybe of thinking about going back to, and that maybe where this discernment is coming in. You know better than to play that game, right? So just keep doing what you need to do for you specifically, and working well with others around you that are going to be supportive of the energy that you're carrying forward into this new beginning for yourself. So some of you may be having a little bit of financial struggle right now. It's not going to last. Do I think you're going to land into a windfall of money and everything's going to be hunky-dory? No. But you are stable. You are balanced. You are grounded. You're building up to that Queen of Pentacles. You're building up to that 9 of Pentacles. You're building up to the things that, you know, feel good to you and make you feel, you know, I'm going to say human. So just roll with it. For Cancer. Oh, there's what? Let me see. Spirit, no. I'm going to put these, there's 2 of them, so I'm going to throw these back in there. The book definition's a little long, so for Cancer, please, Spirit, one message for Cancer. One message for Cancer, please. All right, let's see. My hands are not big enough to deal with these decks. This came out the other day. Whose reading did I do? Who was that? It either would have been Taurus, Libra, or Sag. I can't remember where this card came out at, which reading that was. So you may want to check those out. We'll see. Or you may be dealing with that particular sign. All right, let's see here. So you've got Taurus energy here, Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Aries again, Sagittarius, Leo again. So you could be dealing with any of those signs. You may have those placements in your chart as well, in strong position. This is Bastet of 174 Hertz. Very much an inner knowing, very much an inner knowledge, trying to get the heart and the head on the same page, right? That emotional balance, the mental balance. I think mentally you are very sharp and very aware. I think when it comes to the heart space, you're trying to keep it open. I think for a lot of you, it never completely shut down by the end of last year, but you're trying to open it more, but there's a little bit of fear, I feel like, that's attached to that heart space. You are extremely intuitive. Use your intuitive abilities to discern the situations and the people around you. Understand you cannot do everything in one day. Take it little by little. You're able to sense things that are going to work. And I feel like there's this higher level of knowledge, a very peaceful higher level of knowledge that you know what's going to work. It's a very beautiful feeling that I have attached to that. But the heart space is like, dare I venture into this again? Dare I venture into these other things? Because I know what's happened before. Allow your heart space to be open and receive at this time. So number 13, it's also Friday the 13th, and you've got the 13 there, which is not a bad thing. It's actually a day of luck. So everybody's like, oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. We can't have that. But that's for the birds. All right, guys. So it says, you've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower healing rhythm, and you will restore your mind, body, and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. The Egyptian cat-headed goddess of dance, festivals, birth, and healing and sacred potions is known as Bastet. Her sacred cult was one of beauty, pleasure, and enjoyment. Worshipping her was not about ignoring the problems that are a part of being alive. In fact, just as cats can see in the dark and are natural and skillful hunters, Bastet was often called upon for psychic protection from hidden negatives and to secure one's life force and enhance one's vitality. In her role as a healer and creatrix of magical healing potions and sacred perfumes, she integrates healing with pleasure, relaxation, and a sensual connection to the physical world of nature, including beautiful natural oils, jewels made with precious and semi-precious stones. Talked about that lavish, feeling lavish, I guess, about yourself. Bastet shows us how to slow down and smell the roses, whilst applying their perfumed oil to our bodies and breathing in their high-frequency scent to protect and soothe the heart. She is the guardian of and guide into this sumptuous feminine paradise that brings healing, a willingness to connect to the earth and the body, and capacity to experience sacred healing playfulness, exuberance, and natural states of joy. The healing frequency of 174 Hertz is known as the pain-relieving frequency. A natural anesthetic, it is a musical version of the similar low-frequency purring of a cat. The cat's purr is considered medically therapeutic, as is 174 Hertz. This frequency creates an experience of grounding and slowing down, evokes deep healing for the body and mind, providing love and peace to organs, tissues, and strengthening your bones and your soul. The Oracle of Bastet of 174 Hertz asks you to slow down and take some time to heal, rest, relax, and enjoy your life. Then you can effortlessly be source of positive energy. We deal with issues far more effectively from a place of peace and relaxation than from stress. If you are interested in exploring any of the sacred arts of pleasure, including music, and I said in the beginning, symphony, right? There it is. And sound, food, touch and massage, healing, play, dance, celebration, art, color therapy, or healing with crystals and oils, this oracle encourages you to do so. Such avenues are authentic and helpful for your soul healing. If you've been too hard on yourself, I said critical, right? It's time to be kind. Question and heal any guilt or shame which have prevented you from enjoying the natural pleasures of your body. You are encouraged to enjoy life. Your delight can be a source of positive energy for yourself and others too. This life is a gift, and Bastet of 174 Hertz reminds us that we are moving too fast. We will miss out on much, including being present for and sharing ourselves with our loved ones. If an issue has been troubling you, this oracle brings guidance that there is an approach available that can reduce suffering and increase your feelings of happiness. Open your heart to the divine feminine for guidance and inspiration. Bastet is a portent of joy and celebration. Believe in the happiness and healing your heart can create and attract. I love that for you guys. I think that's an awesome message, Cancer. Like, it's good stuff. Like, it's time to slow down, you know? That we talked about that moderation. It talked about the flow, like, you know, things moving the way it needs to, letting go the things that, you know, are critical, releasing, you know, allowing the mind and the heart to come together, taking care of yourself. That symphony. Learn to play, learn to dance, learn to be free, to be in rhythm. And again, I really do feel like you guys are going to start working with other people, and it's going to change the way you see things moving forward. So I think this is just a resting period that is going to open you up to greater possibilities moving forward. So I think, I hate to tell anyone like, oh, this is your year, you know, that kind of thing. But every year is your year if you allow it to be your year. Some years are full of lessons. Some years are full of celebrations. Some years are full of, you know, I hate to say loss, or what we as humans construe as a loss. But I think that this is going to be a positive, I will say a positive year for you. So embrace it. Take this time out right now to get you to where you need to be, and then do what you got to do. Work with other people. Like I said, I think that's very important. Working with other people, having a better understanding of how each of you from a genuine heart space can help one another to succeed moving forward in life. So, and through 2023. Spring, I think, April is popping up in my head too. So April may be, Spirit is saying all systems are go in April. So, positive forward movement in April. Lovely. All right, guys, if you found this reading resonates for you, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share. It is greatly appreciated. I don't think there's any other amazing way to give back. So on that note, I'm wishing you guys the best. Enjoy your Friday the 13th. Hope your reading resonated for you. And I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. I hope you're doing well. Stay well. And I'm sending you so much love. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.